kid that's there's the overhead door right there. Barry Kessler is live on that. Blacksmith shop was between here and fire.
Pass that around, sign in, please.
I think.
I'll borrow your pen until they return.
My
mine.
building.
Thanks.
My wife knows around that. He checked on those.
There's several of them.
Thank you. Good. Double the things to sign because I wasn't here in July.
We already signed it.
Everybody signed in so far?
Attendance is taken.
Right on. This looks like enough names down there.
No, it doesn't look like enough, does it?
No. You sick, Sally?
Yes.
So's Tucker. He's got
I
the
told her to go sit in the corner away.
Yeah.
Get away from him.
It's that time of
He called me last night and I said hello. He said, Mom?
Yes. He said, Dad, what are you doing at Mom's house?
Is that Chad over there in the corner?
I am hiding in the corner, yes.
He's probably trying to keep away from me too.
What did you do?
Don't have my dunce cap on yet. Yeah. Told me there I got
Well, it's about 30 seconds early, but that's fine. I guess we'll call this meeting to order. Someone comes in 30 seconds, that's fine. So, do I have a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting?
Make a motion to accept the minutes from last month, August.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, that is done. First thing on the agenda, we got a Glenda Fry, Clinton County United Way. I figured you must be Glenda when you walked in, so.
I brought some books for the council members
Okay.
to share some information.
Thank you, sorry.
My main goal for being here today is to affirm that it's United Way of Clinton County. I was raised in Sugar Creek Township, you know, as far away from Rossville as you can be and still be in our county. And I've lived in Kirkland Township my whole adult life. And so I understand that, you know, it's usually Frankfort and the rest of the county, because I've lived it a couple years. But what we're trying to do this year with our United Way Board is to reach out to the other communities and show you that there are a few things happening in your community that we are pleased to support, and invite you if you want to, if you're a part of another community group, that would need some funding, to please contact, you have in the files, the business card of our, excuse me, of our executive director, Anita Stewart, and you're welcome to call her with any questions you have. And those of you that have a folder, the front page shows the things that from July the 1st of 25 to June the 30th of 26, those are the agencies that requested and were given some funds from the donations that were given last fall of 24 and early in 25. One you may notice does have a connection here in Rossville, and that's the Frankfort Community Public Library, which is part of, it does have your name there in teeny tiny little print. You can barely see it, but I just wanted to confirm that. And then We Care, or Coach Kids, We Care, that is, there are students in all the school corporations in the county who have one of those mentors. And I did confirm that today, and the assistant director said that it was elementary and middle school at Rossville that had some mentors that were working with kids who just for one reason or another needed a little stability in their life, and those mentors commit to come just like a half-hour a week and have lunch with the kid or stay with them if you have an after-school care, that kind of thing. And so any questions or concerns from your community that you've heard about United Way that I can take back to the board and share with them?
I personally haven't heard of anything, so
Okay.
honestly, I don't know, other than connection with the library. I don't know if there's any other funding that comes this direction.
Well,
Yes,
can't
and
call
Coach
them
Kids,
sort
Coach
of in
Kids.
this direction,
Coach
but
Kids, obvioly, but
yeah. Well, the 180 and the We Care, of course, those are abuse recovery situations, and those, there are folks there from all over the county, although, it's still privacy about who they are, even though I have visited to just help a tiny bit, but not, you don't really know the names of them. But you're right there, but that's another reason that we're here, to let you know that if you're in a group that fits our mission, health, education, or financial stability, that we would definitely like for you to reach out to Anita, and she can share with you the process.
And that's aimed mostly at elders and children, correct? Anybody?
Anybody.
All right.
Anybody. Because, like, for instance, Learning Network has ELL, and then they also we had 27 people who earned their high school graduation a couple months ago. One man was 71. And it was all ages and lots of different genetic races too. So thank you for that question, but health, education, and financial stability, anything we want to be sure to let you know that we're there to help. And then obviously, if you have a heart of it, the only way we can help is with donations. So.
okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. Next thing in the line here, it looks like, is Jeff.
Yeah,
You're up.
I had two issues. One was actually answered for me by Steve. It had to do with trees and bushes and things that were growing up. At least I noticed in the back alley off of West North Street, but I'm sure it's occurring in other places, and who's responsible for that. And, I asked if I could cloak myself in all black and go out about 3 in the morning with fish clippers, but that was a big no. What?
I'm talking to the guy behind you.
Okay.
I took pictures of what you're talking about,
Okay.
but I forgot I plugged my phone in, so I didn't have pictures I could show the.
But it's my understanding then, according to you, that's really the responsibility of the person who's living in their residence, whether it's property owner or the individual.
Is that about the jump house?
Yeah, that was. I just took those right before I came here. That's
Unless it's on.
Oh, Gaddis?
Catty Corner now.
Oh,
That's at Teresa's at the corner of
oh,
the back of Teresa's, which really is the back of Hotel Rossville
okay,
and the alley coming.
okay.
And then like Serene's are 2 doors down.
Hide and stop sign.
And then there's the same alley.
Hmm.
So if you look at those last 2 pictures, you can see.
The main reason why I even brought that up is just safety. When cars do not have a tendency to go very slow.
Even in the alley.
I think you got 3 pictures, maybe.
Yes, it really blocks. your
Doesn't that
vision.
fall under the same scenario as Gaddis and
So there's
Ramey? Stop sign, the bushes, we
towards
always have to cut down.
26. Yeah.
Whose property is that?
Is it from the back side? No.
I mean, we always,
Is it the town's?
if we need to.
Saves their
Well, the
neighbor's
one's
property.
blocking stop sign.
Is what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? The one next to the house burned down?
No.
You're over by Teresa.
I'm right here in this alley by Teresa's.
Usually we want
Well,
the-
when I walked by
that-
there
like I said,
today
they
and
won't-
I noticed the house that burned down
So the
in
lot
that
between
same alleyway.
Hotel Rossville.
It's
Dennis
so
is over at
overgrown, you
Dennis
can
now,
almost not
right?
even see their garage.
Isn't that lot owned by the dentist?
Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
one, the one on the north side is a rental.
With,
That one,
talking
the
about
one on the south side.
Picture
Right next to it.
I just
The
saw.
burnt
it.
house. The burnt house and then the
No,
one right next
it's
to it.
on. It's across North
pretty
Street.
sure that's not the bird house's property.
If you use turn at Hearst Hotel
Unless they own
Rossville
that
across
house.
North Street, there's where it would be.
It's a beige
Right there,
house.
close to Eric Downings.
The tags on the greenhouse,
If I'm not mistaken.
but who gets it?
Yeah,
Eric Downing.
I don't know. I don't know
I mean,
that.
yeah.
I don't know which.
the alley on
Or
North.
not the
on
bird
the
house.
North Street.
I left the tags on the.
That's what it looked like.
Well, now they have a.
Is that right, Brooke?
What?
That was
Back on
Caddy
First.
Corner from Eric Downings. To that picture.
No, this is a block
There's.
back.
there's
It's
an issue with
literally
that because
where Hotel Rossville,
Yeah.
their back alley
Right.
meets right by Teresa's.
His back property.
Oh, okay.
Catty
Oh,
corner,
there,
exactly
okay,
catty
okay.
corner, and then left a block is the one where the branch was hanging down at the stop sign.
Okay.
So it's really 2 different stop signs within the same block.
I know.
You don't want to touch anything you're touching, Sally.
It's a clean.
As you're coughing in your hand and you're grabbing the box.
Yeah, it's clean.
Okay. I didn't get that figured out for the moment. Now, do you have anything? What else do you have, Jeff?
The other one was just a question out there, and we've been gone for a couple weeks on vacation. Maybe it's been addressed already. But I wonder if there's an update on that burned out house at the corner of Northwest and Gaddis.
We're going to ask the gal sitting right here.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, she has
So
some information.
did you guys get my email?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically where we're at, unfortunately, is our resolution really is gonna be, if we believe that the house needs to come down, we're gonna have to get a little bit more involvement. First and foremost is we've got to hire an engineer, and we have to get the fire department and a health inspector involved to say, yep, that it needs to come down. So, you know, that obviously requires expenditure of funds for probably the engineer. And then we also need them to write letters basically saying yes or no, take it down. I'm assuming, I've not driven by the place, but based on just the descriptions that everyone's given, it probably needs to come down, and I think we'll have little to no problem getting the support to make that happen. But then from there, then we need to go to court and ask the judge to fine them and also issue an order that gives them 30, 60, whatever days that we ask for, hopefully, to get it taken down. And then if not, the town of Rossville can go ahead and move forward with taking it down and file a lien on the property. Obviously,
At the owner's expense.
Well, yes. So the lien would be for what our expenses to take down the property, but then the problem is going to be collection. So, it may cost us 20, 30,000, whatever that number looks like. I honestly have no idea. I'm shooting from the hip there, to go to court, get it taken down, hire the engineer, do all of those things. And then, we file a lien against the property for whatever our expenses are. Obviously, potentially at some point we could foreclose on the lien, and then the town of Rossville would own the property, and then you can do what you want with it from there. You can sell it to recoup your costs, whatever that looks like. Unfortunately, there's not a great solution that doesn't involve the town at this point fronting quite a bit of money to make it happen, to get it cleaned up. There's also a notable problem with, since the owner is no longer here and has passed, then who do we send notice to? I mean, at that point, really, technically, it's the heirs at law. How do we find all of them? That's another hurdle.
Don't we have contact with?
So I have the daughters
Mhm.
that lived there when it caught fire.
Yeah.
I have her number.
Uh-huh.
So I've been trying to get an update knowing this day was coming
Yeah.
the last couple days.
Right.
She's been getting back and forth with me pretty well because she knows I'm mowing her yard.
Yeah. Okay.
And I actually went to her house and met with her
Okay.
3 months ago or so.
Yeah.
And that went really well.
Okay.
So my thought last night at 3:00 in the morning when I woke up, or this morning, was what if the person that's really interested in buying the property, her issue is she can't do anything because she don't have the money for a probate lawyer. Am I saying that right?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
She can't go to probate or what she keeps saying because she doesn't have the money to put the $2,000 to get the lawyer. So
Okay.
to do the initial, because there's 3 properties.
Okay.
So her mom died.
Uh-huh.
I think she had 2 or 3 properties, one in Frankfurt at least,
Uh-huh.
one here.
Yeah.
She owes money because she hasn't paid taxes,
Mhm.
is what the daughter told me.
Mhm.
She has to have money to get the lawyer, doesn't have money to get the lawyer. So what I did today was I called the guy interested in buying it. Asked him if he would pay for the lawyer,
Mhm.
because she said it's only $2,000.
Mhm.
And use that as a part of the down payment on the house. He said he would be more than willing to do that.
Okay.
But when I call this lady now, it goes right to voicemail and says she's not taking calls at this time. So I texted her,
Yeah.
and so I don't know if she blocked me because I've been asking for updates.
Right.
And,
Well-
and she also owes me money for mowing, which I didn't ask for money for mowing.
Yeah.
But she thinks she owes me $20 per mow, and she doesn't because I said whatever. I'm not asking for money.
Yeah.
I mowed it because it needed mowed.
Right.
And it's basically a few houses away from mine.
Yeah.
So I've never bugged her one time for money,
Yeah.
but she did pay me for one of the mows. So I don't know if she blocked me because she doesn't want me bugging her for money,
gosh.
or she doesn't want me bugging her about the house. But I feel like this is a great alternative.
Yeah.
Her getting the lawyer so she can deal with the other property or 2
Yeah.
and get that in motion.
Yeah.
But the problem was when I talked to her at her house and had that meeting, she had a friend that wanted to buy it, but he didn't have much money either. So I'm like, this would be a good solution to get rid of get
Yeah.
everything in motion so that she can get either what she's owed, or I don't know if it's all going to go to back taxes. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But
So
that's the problem of her she's got to get a hold of me so that I have the name
yeah.
and I know they live in Lafayette.
Okay.
The ones who want to buy it?
No, the ones who own it. Or the ones whose mom owned it.
Yeah, okay.
So what I will tell you from the probate side of things is a couple of things. One, she should talk to a couple of other lawyers because not every lawyer requires a depositor retainer for estate probating, because attorneys in funeral homes are priority claimants. So we get paid first at the end before anybody else. We guarantee we get our money pretty much if there's anything, even if the estate is insolvent.
Right.
Which is probably, that could very well potentially be what happens here, depending on what the value of the other 2 properties are.
Yeah.
So I would tell her, one, she should reach out to a couple of other attorneys. We might end up being, my firm may end up being conflicted out of it, but I think that there's other firms in Frankfurt that don't necessarily require a retainer, or other attorneys in Frankfurt that wouldn't necessarily require a retainer for something like that, to at least get the process started.
Yeah.
The second would be that with regard to the number, I would not tell your guy that's wanting to, potentially buy these, I would not be married to that being a hard and fast number. Some estates, yes, are that inexpensive. Some estates are a lot more, and frankly, unfortunately, you just don't know until you get into them
Yeah.
what that situation is going to look like. But I also think that the family of the lady that died owning it, they really need to, at this point, either go talk to a lawyer or just don't just be in this sort of like lame
Limbo.
duck
Yeah.
scenario of, well, we don't have the money, so we can't get started. My guess is that
That's where
anybody
they've
that-
been for
Yeah,
8, 9, 10 months.
and it's not done us any good because now we just have a mess. The other thing is, my guess is that she did not have a will. At least it sounds like she
Yeah.
did not have a will. So it will go the way state statute dictates, which means that it goes most likely to whatever biological children she did or didn't have.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's at least one. Do we know if there's others?
I don't know if there are others.
Okay. Because then technically they would need to be involved in the process to some degree as well. At least to sign over on some things. Normally, if we have a full-blown estate with the court and someone opens, a probate estate, then what happens is we have a personal representative. So we have one person who's in charge that has the authority to sign off on things. That's really what they need at this point, in my opinion. I would say with multiple pieces of real estate, sometimes you can do what's called small estate administration. In this scenario where we've got multiple pieces of real estate, I would most definitely say we need full-blown estate administration. And I would think that, they hope they were going to get
I mean,
moving on
I
it.
feel like the next step would be trying to get somebody to get a hold of her because I
Yeah.
think she's trying to go off the
Okay.
radar for everyone
Yeah.
because she owes money.
Right.
But if she knew this
Mhm.
Yeah.
information, I feel like that
Well,
would
one
be
of us
an
could do
easy
that.
out for her.
Yeah.
I
As a
just
town
don't,
board,
I just know her
let's
name.
contact her and
Yeah.
say, here's an option that you may want to consider.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and especially because with regard to, I understand where she's coming from with thinking, oh, well, there's a whole bunch of back taxes owed. Okay. If the estate ends up being what we call insolvent, which is basically that there's more creditors than there are assets and value of the assets, the judge decides who gets paid. And frankly, yes, the state of Indiana and those claimants are going to be a little bit more priority. But if we have $50,000 worth of bills and we have $30,000 worth of assets, again, the funeral home and the attorney are priority. And then from there, there's a state statute that dictates how it falls from there. And the judge decides who gets paid what. So also knowledge for you guys, if you want help bullet points put together before some of you guys would call her, I'm happy to do that. I think it would be better if you guys started, because I don't want her to at any point misinterpret that I could be representing her. I don't want to cross that line.
Yeah.
But happy to help with that because it sounds to me like they're scared without having a full picture of what the situation actually is looking like.
Yeah.
And like you said, we may have a solution to help them.
You think they want to get out from under because the taxes keep building up and everything.
I'll
I
share her
mean,
number with Sally and have
it's just-
Sally
it's
call her,
just,
and if
you
it
know,
goes through, we'll know she has me blocked.
Yeah.
And it'd be a whole lot better
Maybe
if
Sally
that
can talk
happened
to
that way than the town take it over.
Right,
by
right.
Yeah.
If
Absolutely.
it goes for sell for back taxes, if she's gonna afford an attorney for $2,000, she's not gonna be able to afford the back taxes, she's gonna lose the property anyways. Not gonna
Depends on
Yeah.
how much your property taxes are. That place never was, well, I would say never was great, but it's not.
If there's 3 houses, she's probably gonna prioritize the one she wants to keep first, and it's probably not this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're all tied together.
It sounds like I don't think they're necessarily tied together, but they're all owned by the same person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't prioritize a house I couldn't live in. If I had a lot of money, I'd focus.
Oh, you're being logical again.
Yeah.
So Jeff, as you can see, we have been working on it, but there's so many hoops you got to jump
Yeah.
through.
Well, I knew that. I
Okay. Okay.
got my update.
Very good.
Probably more than you
Officially-
bargained for, didn't
It's
you?
officially been over a year now since that
Yeah.
place was on fire.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we
Gary, I
are.
think I'll put you up next.
All right.
Gary kind of slid in here.
Oh,
He said he's got good news, I think.
Yeah, last night we had our township board meeting, and we understand you have your eye on our property out there at the park. And we agreed to cheerfully sell it to you for $1.2 million.
I think we'll pass.
Keep it.
I want to be an appropriation report for that.
Yeah. We'll have to see if we can get a grant.
We people in the country thought that was a nice round number.
Yeah.
It's a round number,
Yeah.
New development
Way too
going
round.
in there and expansion.
It's
and-
around impossible.
I already wrote donating, so I can't. It's in pen.
Well, we voted unanimously. If you folks would like to annex that in, we'd love to give it to you.
Okay.
So if you want to start that process, we've come to the conclusion that we've already had one lawsuit years ago over that water runoff that went into the lady's backyard, and we paid to defend that. And with all the going on with who owns what, we decided that
You don't want that anymore.
since Carl ceases pass away, he's probably going to roll in his grave. That we give up ownership of it. But we did have plans at one time, and I would hope that you would consider putting in a dog park. We had considered that. I know they said you are looking at a pickleball court, but I think there are a lot of dog lovers in small towns that they could run their little critters. I know my daughter lives in Darlington, and they have a fantastic dog park, and it's well used. Well used.
We have talked about that briefly, but again, finding a place to put it. Now we may have a place to put it, and we just I want personally I want to look at okay, what's the pluses, what's the minuses, how's it kept up, are people charged, like it's like a club, you use it, or can anybody go into it? I mean, I think there's different scenarios on that.
We looked at it too. Where are they going to park? On township ground, and and everybody thinks that that's still part of the city, and the soccer league and the baseball league and every other league going in out there. So, if you would like to start that, we would love to sign that off and get that going down the road.
Okay, Bethany, what do we got to do here?
I just have
What do you got to do?
one thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you.
It's actually a $1.2 million gift to the city. I'll put that in the minutes.
The only thing that I think would be beneficial to the town and the township as a whole, like you're saying, the township has a Parks and Rec fund. Could the township and town council sit down on a yearly basis and figure out what the town and township would like to see at the park, and the township help with some funds from their park and recs?
Our hands
They don't
are
have a
tied
place.
on participating into funding anything into the town. That's always kind of been the sticky wicket. Carl, years ago, believe it or not, started his park fund, and we ended up with a little over $600,000 in it because he wanted to buy the Cheney property, the 100 acres. And back then, Barb wanted $1 million, and he wanted to put in a township park. And that was his goal. But it was, did you ever know Carl Cease?
Okay. I built hay for him way back in the day.
Okay. Sometimes his ideas were just a little bit way out there because
He's a dreamer.
when I went on the board, I said, do you realize the cost of maintaining and even putting the infrastructure in there and everything? Buying the land was going to be the cheapest part. It was just overall going to be very costly into doing that. So we sense the state of Indiana is attempting to abolish all townships. And as a matter of fact, we just found out that if we don't use part of our funds, they will take 15% for use for roads and maintenance of roads in the county, which we all know once it goes to, I'm sorry,
I know.
Center Township, it never comes back. So we have been vigorously on our watch funding the cemetery, because the cemetery costs $42,000 a year just to maintain it. If they run out of money, it becomes property of the township. And then township people then start paying for the maintenance and upkeep of the cemetery. Nobody's buying cemetery plots anymore. They're being cremated and sprinkled all over the United States. And so there goes their funds. So we have been vigorously supporting that. We did appropriate $20,000 for the new flushable outhouses that they're putting in on township property. Is what I don't think it's a permanent structure, is it? No. But it is a flushable outhouse.
It's a 16 by 52 portable building.
Okay.
So then do they come and clean it? Is that what they do?
No, it's
Just disregard all that.
disregard.
They
have
we
bathrooms.
are as much as we can supporting that. Years ago, we were approached by the Little League people that they were going to put up a permanent structure out there for their concessions and bathrooms and the whole 9 yards. And to kick it off, they needed blueprint drawing up and the engineering done to the cost of $50,000.
Oh, nice.
We paid the $50,000 and it never came to fruition. So, we have been approached as well as the city on what to do out there. I'm sure you have been too, of what they'd like to envision their ball field to come in and look at. So we just felt that it's time that, since we cannot really enhance the city park and have any funds that can go to there, we'll just step aside and let you take ownership of it and grow and develop. I think the Little League pays the city to mow it.
Currently, yeah.
So, you're in there already, and so we decided, instead of having boundaries, it's just time that we just donate it to you. We'll donate the $1.2 million.
We'll take that also.
Yeah.
Land. Well, the state has pretty well depleted a lot of our funds. Our big campaign now, as well as the city, is the new fire truck, as to which we heard last night that it's coming in a little bit less than what the first one was. So I think the core group that we had formed years ago has done excellent with the fire protection and has given us all one voice that they come to, instead of years ago when Sally and I were coming out of high school, they would go individually to the townships and tell them something a little different. And they pretty well kept us in the black of what was really the picture. And then we decided to form that core group called Ross, Owen, and Clay, and Ross Township. So that's been a good thing, and we've been participating heavily in that. But our biggest expense is poor relief in the township and cemeteries. And the township people need to, I don't know if you're all in the city, but in the township, that's what it goes. Surprising, more money is collected for your library than what it is for the township for the fire, poor relief, and cemeteries. So once again, there's a lot of money that goes into Center Township. Kirkland's the same way. If they really realized how much was collected and we have no accountability for them, it's kind of sad. So.
Kirkland's library is not part of that Frankfurt
Oh,
library.
that's right. You are independent. Yes,
Yeah.
they said that last night. Kirkland decided to go
Kirkland and
independent.
Colfax
Yep.
are independent.
Michigan Town is part of the bigger one.
Well, Gary, thank you to the township for doing that. I presume that we probably need a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept the wonderful gift.
The $1.2 million.
The $1.2 million.
Yeah, can we make sure we word that so let's put that in here. Donation, put donation, say it real clear
Okay, donation
to accept the donation.
Yes, from, the township, Ross Township.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
We'll be looking for, Jim Harris will be looking for some papers from you.
Okay. Do you want a business card of mine?
Sure, I'll give it to him. We've never had anyone show up at a township meeting before. 2 weeks from yesterday will be the final reading of our budget. If you ever want to come and see what's going on in the township, you're more than welcome. They'll
Where are your
probably,
meetings at, Gary?
down at the fire station.
Okay.
And so you'll probably scare Jim and Mike Gokenauer and Gail D-Boy. So, they don't know what to do.
2 weeks from yesterday?
2 weeks from yesterday.
All righty. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That'd be
Thanks,
dismissed.
Gary.
Andrew, you can stay wherever you want to do,
Thank
Gary.
you very much.
Dinner.
All right, back to farming.
Thank you again, Gary.
All right.
So which land is he talking about?
At the ballpark. At the park.
So like where the soccer field?
Yeah, but
Jay Campbell.
I don't know exactly where it's at.
Oh, okay.
But it's out in that area. It won't take up the soccer field, so.
Looks like
This
this.
area,
It's
right
okay,
here.
I
dog
didn't
park.
have that. Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'll need to.
Okay, next up.
Now, can you make that out?
Kinda out past the baseball field,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
like
The
back
northern
behind
part.
Gaylor's house
there's
and.
there's little jut-ins in there if you look on Beacon and now.
The old lawyer has all the information on all that.
Sure.
As far as what they have, because we were trying to lease property to directly, but we only own
Yeah, we couldn't do it. 'cause they didn't know it.
7/8 of field 1. The township owned like half a left field, and then field 2 and 3, and we didn't want to lease property that wasn't ours. And that's what started it all probably a year ago.
Gotcha. Okay. So it looks like maybe there's like 5.4 acres that's owned by Ross Township. Does that sound at all correct?
Sounds very reasonable.
Yep.
All that. Okay.
Yeah, but it actually goes like into left field, like this field here.
Got it. Okay.
So we didn't want to lease property that wasn't ours.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Beacon is not always the most reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Is it currently all annexed into the town? Or will that be an additional?
No.
Not all the park is annexed into the town.
That's fine.
So that we'll have to do.
Okay.
Might as well do all of it in one swing.
Yeah. Okay, Ben and Ford, we do have one more ad. Jay Campbell, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, I got show and tell. This has to do 103 North Gaddis Street. I'll just pass it to you guys.
Okay.
You want anything explained?
Burns house,
I
not
can
the
explain.
Burn house.
Okay.
Man.
Are these all the same?
Nope,
Like duplicates?
nope.
Okay.
They're all individual pictures.
Pass them around.
If anybody wants any explanation, I'm more than happy to tell you what's going on. You can probably figure it out just from
Yeah,
pictures.
I've
Who
driven
are
by
you
it
to do with
numerous
this?
times.
I'm the neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to put up with
I gotta share a driveway with this guy.
Does he have a driveway?
Shared.
Shared.
It's there, but you can barely see it.
I mean, can you
Yeah.
actually use it?
I know that's a.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of backstory to this, Jay. We are working on it.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been patiently waiting.
Get your.
So I don't know
Here.
if there's any form.
Oh.
That tree looks tropical.
Yeah, I think Ed has done a little work on that. And Bethany has also been talking with the health department. And we'll
Yes.
kind of let them explain where we're at on that at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what I just found out from Steve, Steve worked with a relative over the weekend. They said they had the estimates and to come in and trim everything. When that will be, I have no clue.
And that was voluntary. I didn't ask. He just voluntarily offered that. And so he said they had an estimate. They were going to do it. They were waiting on it to come to us. So
I do. I have until So according to our ordinance, we have to give you 15 days. Like I told Jay, may have failed you a little bit on that one, but I was kind of waiting to see where we were at with
Yeah.
Nash.
Right.
So I'll let you.
Yeah. So what I will tell you, let's spin around this way, is we have been in contact with the health department. Nash at the health department is very aware of the situation. He is actively working to try to get involved. I had talked with Brooke briefly, to make sure this is good because now we've got additional documentation of the complaints. What Nash is actually thinking, based on the complaints of the bugs and smells and stuff like that we may have a vector-borne illness issue that is a concern. So he is working to get additional support from his side at the health department to try to really push and pursue that, hey, we've got to get this cleaned up. Frankly, all we can do as a town is really just fine him. I mean, ultimately, you can get to the point where we add enough fines and we levy enough fines that we go to court. But again, we're going back to that same rabbit hole that we're in with the house that burned down, where we as a town don't have a ton of teeth. The health department has more teeth to what we feel like make effective moves, and frankly, it's more cost effective for the town. Mm-hmm. So we're pursuing that route as much as we possibly can, just to try to get, I know it doesn't seem quick, but as quick and effective response as we possibly can. That did help with regard to at least getting him hooked up to utilities. We're hopeful, like I said, I do genuinely know that Nash at the health department is very aware of the situation. He also agrees we got to do something. So we're working on it.
He's been back when I tracked him down 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have never got to this point.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a decade. I'm at the point now, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm losing patience.
Yeah.
Something is going to happen.
Yeah.
It is going to happen sooner than later. Something needs to happen.
Yeah.
Or I will find a way for something else to happen. I will bring reinforcements with me to help convince you one way or another.
Yeah.
I'm to the point. It's all in here. I gave Mr. Underwood this same thing.
Okay.
Everything in his wrong is highlighted, and your all's jobs are also highlighted.
Okay.
Those who write the law, follow it. This is your guys' paperwork. I brought this complaint up of May of 24.
Okay.
September of 25.
Yeah.
Nothing has happened. Nothing.
Well, that's not entirely true. We genuinely made contact.
I understand
We
that.
did
You
start
made
working-
contact.
Well,
I
we
can
started-
make contact with anybody at any time.
We started working on it about a year ago, and it was with the intent of making him hook back up to services.
That's fine.
With
and
the hope
dandy.
that he'd start paying for trash, he'd start paying for water, and they would start getting rid of the trash. But all he did was just put the meter in,
Mhm.
and he's not using water.
There's probably nothing in the house that works.
So that's why we
Right.
contacted the health department. But he's not signing for a certified mail. He just keeps letting it get returned.
That's fine.
So we're trying.
I mean, you can track him down. We've had this conversation too.
Yeah.
You know where he lives. He's home every day. He works at Caterpillar.
Yeah.
First shift. It's not hard to get a hold of the guy. I haven't even talked to the guy in 15 years. I want nothing to do with him. Honest to God, he's the best neighbor I've ever had. I don't have to mess with him. I don't have to talk to him. But I'm to the point, that is ridiculous. If you guys don't see it on those pictures, take a field trip over there. I more than beg you to go over there and check it out. I got to share a driveway with this guy.
I will say we're trying, Jay.
Well, I understand.
It's just
But-
At what point do we go in and start cleaning it up, the front of it, the side of it?
I
It's all in
mean,
here.
Well, we have 15 days to issue.
All of it's stipulated right in here.
really, our first line of response though is fines. We don't
I
have the
understand.
teeth
Find him
to
find him
just
every day.
go
That's fine.
right back.
The guy's
at-
got plenty of money. He's never dumped a penny into his house. He goes to work every day.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I was like,
There is stuff growing in the front that it's like, honestly, I want to ask Sean on my own, not in here, to like, can you send somebody over there to take care of it? The trees are growing into the power lines. It's going to fall down. There's 30 kids walking down my street after school every day.
Yeah.
It is a safety hazard.
Yeah.
1, 2, Mr. Underwood will tell you, if the poor guy's house caught on fire, you couldn't get in to save him.
Right.
Nobody could.
Right.
There's like 3 trees on that property. Legitimate trees. Look at the pictures.
Yeah.
it should never have been like this, gotten like this, none of it.
Yeah.
And there's not really, I can't handle an excuse or we're trying or what's been going on. I'm tired of hearing excuses. I want some sort of result. And the guy's uncle or something, well, we got an estimate to trim it. What's that mean? Nothing. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to be like not,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be as polite as I can.
No,
I mean, get on Google Earth and look throughout the years.
yeah.
It's all there, it's all documented. Nothing's happened.
I've crawled my way up to his front door.
Crawled.
It's bad, and he won't answer the door.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that's my whole spiel, but I need something done about it.
Yeah.
And it is in your guys' paperwork right here. And I know you didn't write it or anybody in here, but if you're gonna go by it, you gotta go by it.
Yeah.
It's all, I'll save you this. I gave Mr. Underwood one the day when I tracked him down. Everything's right here. This law stuff, I get it, but this is wrote simple enough I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't understand the law.
Yeah.
This is wrote, anybody can understand this. My 13-year-old son understands this.
The big problem that we're going to run into is he's entitled to some degree of notice, and he's entitled to service, and obtaining that is then where a lot of our challenges.
He got a warning or something last year, and then it got dropped, and nothing happened.
Can't you guys serve him at work?
It's not incredibly straightforward. I mean, we'd have to hire a process server, and then the process server has to actually find him. We have to be able to identify him. There are more steps to that than
It's
what
not
it
as
meets the eye.
easy as,
It's not as easy as it looks on the TVs, unfortunately.
that
So
would be a way to get it, I mean, basically to get a hold of him since he's not responding over here.
yeah, I know that when I talked with Nash last, his plan was to, he knows he works first shift. His plan was to try to come up with a coordinated time to be able to go out there with Ed to serve him personally, because then we can get screen door service on him, and that gives him some degree of notice. Again, I think that the health department is where we're actually going that route, and pursuing that route is where we're actually going to get the most effective change the quickest, because then he has the power to actually determine this house is unfit for human habitation and basically force him out of the house.
I understand that.
If he gets him out of the house, then hopefully we can go another route as far as forcing cleanup. But again, that's a whole additional undertaking.
And Nash has been really good. I worked with him this time last year on the water issue,
Yeah,
and he's really trying.
yeah, yeah. Yep. We're trying, I promise. I know it doesn't seem like it. We're genuinely trying. This has been a topic of discussion at probably every meeting for at least since I've been here in January.
I'm going to keep coming back. I mean, I want some sort of result.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm to the point where I'm like fuming.
Yeah.
We can see that.
I mean, I'm not.
No, I sympathize.
How about Jay went to the health department? I mean, with his pictures?
I'll email him tomorrow. I mean,
yeah,
it's ridiculous. Honest to God, I've never in my wildest dreams seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad that it's gotten to that point. Nobody's done anything prior to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you said about kids
Mhm.
walking down there, and I see those kids from my post.
Yep.
I would really dislike seeing that happen, because I'll tell you what, I'd leave my post and I'd run down to those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got trees growing in the power line, that's not good. Is there anything we
There's
can
cables
actually
hanging
do?
down in the front guy's yard.
Who's the electric provider?
Duke.
And Duke, do we have any idea if Duke has said or done anything?
They probably haven't been notified, have they?
Hey, trying to get a hold of AT&T. Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
why don't know that? Is it AT&T down there, or is it?
I don't know. There's cables hanging everywhere. It's
Well,
not ready to take out my power.
If it's
Number
the
one,
phone line,
the one thing of all importance is the power lines. But there's cables. There's who knows if it's fiber. I don't know what all that stuff is. I'm an electrician, but I can't tell what it is from the ground.
yeah.
But they're hanging down through the shrubs, the bushes, the leaves, whatever.
Who's the phone? Who's the phone?
I have to wait to see.
You're not gonna get a hold of them. I had to cancel my internet because the internet went out. They said it was gonna be a month and a half. before they got the order.
Yeah, they were on Gaddis too. They're on my road.
Jay, I'll keep you. I'll keep you.
Pine trees have a.
But, I mean, something.
Why?
I don't know.
Brooke,
I wasn't gonna do it.
don't we contact Duke if there's
I would
like
say
a light out?
reach out to the health
street
department.
light?
If Nash
Can
hears
we
it directly from
contact
him
Duke,
on this?
that
He
will help him
can.
because it helps him.
Anyone
then reach
can.
out to
You
the
just
guy.
get online and
I mean,
find
my
the number.
pictures are off of
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, we will do it if people call.
If and when it ever gets cleaned
Could we
up.
also say, hey, you've got
I don't
trees
think he
growing
can see
into a
that.
power
Yeah, but I
line?
don't think
There's a
Jay's going to
hole
be
in that
ultimately
roof that's
pleased
falling
if they
into.
just come and trim right around that power
I
line.
mean, you're not telling me
Yeah,
that's
sometimes
not
they go
inside,
lower.
it's not broken.
Yeah.
Who knows what is
It's
inside?
at least
I
it's
gotta
a
live
safety
my life.
issue.
Yeah.
Can we ask them?
So we'll just
Yeah,
to look at
absolutely.
it, because it may not be power lines.
But-
If it's not power lines, it'd be an issue.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Sounds good.
If it's bright speed,
It,
there's
can
not-
you? I'm assuming you don't have or can't get a picture of the hole in the roof, right?
Well, not with all, not now, because
You can in the
if
fall.
it was winter, I could.
It's probably half the size of this table.
I mean, you can't hardly see
You
the
go
house.
straight
from
through
the
his
street.
house?
Yeah, it's
30 foot
on
off
the
the street.
corner of
I
the
think
house
there's-
facing the road.
Didn't you
It's
say
probably
there's
half
two
the size
holes
of this.
in the roof?
Oh, at least.
There's one in the back and then one on
Holy
the
cow.
side.
Are they available? Like, can you see them on Google Earth?
No,
No.
you can't see the property from Google Earth on the green.
It's a little
I mean, I got
jungle
it.
right there.
But
It's a big hole.
that's a tough one because,
That's all I saw.
I mean, I encourage you, go back to 2010, 2012, somewhere in there, and that's what a property should look like.
Yeah.
When you move in and you don't do anything, you never dump any money in your house or do anything, he will tell you, he come back, I said, come on over. He drove back in the back of my driveway. He would probably let you know if the sun is setting and you look over there, you can barely even see because all you can see is galvanized roofing nails. Well, there's supposed to be shingles over the top of those. There's nothing left of this. And it's frustrating as all hell because I have to live by it.
Yeah.
And nobody will do anything about it.
Yeah.
And this has been going on a year and a half now.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't want to be up here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm embarrassing myself, but
No.
hopefully maybe it'll get somewhere. But I'm not out here I don't want anybody to think any less of me, but I need something done about this. And there's just,
I
that's
wouldn't
the way,
wanna live
I
next to
mean,
that.
and this is my fighting point.
Yeah.
And I do not want to have to get anybody else involved, but I will.
Yeah.
But this town needs to do something about it.
We're working on it. I promise.
Oh, that's fine. I understand. I appreciate that, but I've heard it and heard it. It's like a statement of, well, he's got an estimate. Well, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Does that sound the same?
Yeah. No.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ultimately, what I will leave you with is our hope is that his estimate is not going to matter because our hope is that we're going to have the house. We're going to have it
Condemned.
I mean, if the guy wanted to dump all his money into it and fix the house up, great.
right.
I don't want the guy to lose his house.
Right.
I really don't. I want it cleaned
Like I
up.
said, best neighbor you've ever had.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to talk to him, but I figured out a long time ago. I took out our mailboxes, or some lady did. He never even put a mailbox back up. I think it's just, I don't know if it's just laziness. I don't know.
Yeah.
But honest to God, the guy, he goes home and he mows. If you look at the front where the sidewalk is, that little strip,
I saw him mowing. This is the first time I've seen him mowing in 7 years.
he goes out there and he mows.
'Cause I live on that
It
road.
takes him like 2 minutes,
I was like, there he is.
but he mows.
It's like seeing Bigfoot.
But it doesn't. It's 2 feet long.
He's right there. I almost I was gonna try to take
Like I said, Jay,
a picture when I went by, and I thought, no, I'm driving. That's too dangerous. I was going to take a picture. This
One
was
more
only
note,
like 2
though.
months ago.
And I don't know, Sean might have to answer this. It's not the Duke's, the utility side, but more of the secondary. Can someone go over there with your guys' lift or something and get the shrubbery or weeds or whatever it is that's grown up 30 foot in the air away from that line, or is that?
off the
beyond?
transformer.
Yes. Is that beyond your guys'?
I think it's in the pictures there.
The pictures are hard to see. The most concerning part for me, it's already been 10 years, so who cares about the rest of it right now? But if somebody can get something done about that's simple, That's the thing I worry about is kids walking down the street. You don't know, the weirdest things happen at the weirdest times.
Please don't have to call Duke for that.
Yeah, we'll get on with Duke and see what we can get handled there and
I just don't know. I mean, it honestly worries me. Just that one thing is the most main concern out of all of it, because it's been going on for 10 years anyways, but that we can fix. I just don't want somebody walking, you never know. That's when weird stuff happens. But.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Like a free
That's the
taxi.
front of the house.
Yeah.
Front.
well, thank you for your input. Believe me,
Yes.
we are aware of it.
I'm not
I
trying to
drive
be,
by
I'm not
it.
trying to be rude.
I drive by it about
Key
every
thing
day,
is-
and I'm thinking, this is
Oh, there's-
ridiculous.
There's
I'm
another
kind of-
one in the power lines.
I'm not trying to be
Oh, I
rude.
guess what you just
Like,
had.
I'm not reaming anybody
Oh,
out.
no.
It's just I'm
It's a little different.
like at the point of frustration, like beyond belief.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
No.
Really.
We understand.
I know some of this stuff, you can read through this all you want. Some of this I think is ridiculous. Some of it makes sense, and what makes sense just needs to get stuck to. 8-inch weed. Everybody in this room probably had an 8-inch weed in their yard, but this is a different story. This is beyond belief to me. It's baffling.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ed, it's your turn.
Yeah, so we've had 54 calls for service since the last council meeting, 328 to date. 2 out of the 4 flock cameras have been installed so far. One's on 39 North and 39 South. We're having an issue with the permitting for the cameras on 26. I've contacted Flock, waiting for them to get back with me so we can resolve this issue. NDOT is saying that they don't have the permitting now for 26. That's because Flock didn't send them the new documents that from when you signed to when I had to sign, and they received them April 2nd. Just to let everyone know, the police department phone line is down once again. I think for the 3rd time this year. Wait for them to come and repair it. So who knows how long that'll take.
Do you know why it's going down?
This
It's
is
still down.
This is Brightspeed.
Yeah.
They fixed that line at the new house yesterday.
Yeah, it's still not working.
Still not working.
No. So. The other thing I have is I'd like for the council to consider hiring Steve Jones as a second full-time officer beginning in January 26. I'd also like to keep the 64 hours part-time if the budget allows. That's all I have.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Any questions of Ed on anything? No. Probably the biggest question is Steve and what we're gonna do there. But I think we have that probably on the budget down here in a minute. I think we need to probably go over at that point in time. So, okay. Chad.
Yes, sir. No, if you look through that, not a lot. Got some more hoops to jump through on the Okra planning grant. We'll be putting something in the newsletter soliciting some comments from the public. I just actually got on email. And then maybe a flyer to go around town. We get extra points the more we can get. Basically, I think we talked about it a little bit at one of the other meetings about trying to get basically any issues people are having to let us know. And that way we can put it with the grant application. And in addition to the stuff that we observe as well. But so we're trying to get those extra 25 points. I'd sent you guys an email last week about most likely the public hearing will be on November, is it 11th? The November meeting, the regular November meeting.
Is that when it is? I don't have a calendar, so I'll take your word for it.
We could have done it sooner, but it's up in the air whether I'll be here at the next meeting or not with Farman, so.
Yeah, November 11th is a scheduled meeting.
And apparently there's some things that need to be said at that public hearing, and some of it may fall on me to say, so he wanted to make sure I was here for the meeting, so. So that's why we pushed it to November, because the application then is due on November 14th for that round of Okra
Right after
grants.
that, yeah.
So, yeah, water department finances, well, I think we've got most of the invoices paid, from the patch on 26. So it's still not great, but like I said, we're to the point now where anything that's not an emergency has been pretty much just cut. So, and like I said, so hopefully we can see a little recovery in the finances before the end of the year. So, wastewater is now in the red for the year. It's not completely unexpected. We've had some challenges with the Roth pump station and some other things we've had to fix this year. And then we'll be starting sewer cleaning next week with the stuff that we couldn't handle, where we need a dedicated sewer vac for that. So, and then we'll be using our camera to camera those lines that they're cleaning. Then the lightning strike has been kind of that happened at the wastewater plant back on July 26th. Has just been kind of it involves all of our technology, all the stuff that records data. And then as we fix one thing, we find that this software doesn't work with this software. And so it's just an ongoing, we're still kind of dealing with it. So I haven't asked the insurance company for any reimbursement yet, because I haven't got all the bills yet. So we're still kind of, they're working better. They're going to work better. It's it's eating up a lot of time. So we did get, which some of you may have gotten the wastewater plant permit renewal. I think Stan probably got it. So we get 30 days to comment on it now. I've read through it. It's 39 pages long. It doesn't appear to be any different than the last permit. This is the first permit I've dealt with without our consultant that would go through it with a fine tooth comb. So I'm going to basically take the old permit, read it cover to cover, and I'm going to read the new one cover to cover to make sure that there's really no differences. Because once it's in the permit and you don't comment on it, you're stuck with it for the next 5 years. So, like I said, so far it looks fine, but I just need to sit down and read it fully. So, that covers that. So I assume, did you guys see the emails on all of our debacle on the truck purchase? Okay. So yeah, it's over. Yeah, he scrapped the truck and wouldn't even consider selling it as is. So
He's mailing that check back, the 500.
he texted me yesterday that he's going to get it mailed back to us.
Okay.
If we don't see it, remind me. I will call him and.
Okay, I was going to receipt all the money back in when I got that.
One check, because we got two checks. We had the deposit check that he needs to send back to us. Plus, she had already cut the check.
Yeah, the 29.
I mean, I did get it. Well, I think if you guys read the email, I saw the truck. I mean, it was in Lafayette.
Yeah.
Before they towed it back to Chicago. So, anyway, that's covers that. So it's just frustrating, and that's pretty much. Oh yeah, so I'm starting to get some reimbursement on the crosswalk grant on just the engineering. It's just very slow. So they're in environmental, to put signs in the ground, or they're doing an environmental review of the sites and stuff like that. So I think as of right now, it's still on track that they would the state will bid it in February of 27.
Oh.
So the state actually bids it, they award it, and then they
You said
pay
February?
Yeah, February 27th. So they would actually, that'd be on their letting list. It may move up. I wouldn't count on it, but like I said, it's slow. It's very slow and a lot of red tape. So, and then I still need to draft something. They can only book the CDL class 2 months ahead. And if you guys saw in that email with stuff I've got going on, I probably wouldn't even want to book it until I got back from farming in November. So I'll get something drawn up maybe for next month that you guys can look at and see if it meets it'll be short and sweet. I may send it to Bethany real quick, but just basically saying that if I quit within 2 years, I'll pay the money back. So,
And you better not.
But unless you have questions for me, that should be it.
How are we coming with the stop signs? on Philpine Road? Are we still?
I have not
jumping through
heard.
hoops?
Yeah, I have not heard back from Tom as to whether or not the commissioners have approved it. So we sent
Okay.
them over, our first stab at an easement with our kind of, mapped out and drawn out legal description. I sent him an email and I have yet to hear back as to whether or not the commissioners have approved that. So we
Okay.
will keep on that, but that's where it stands currently, unfortunately. We've got to have
Okay.
their approval.
Okay, okay. All right. Thanks, Chad.
Yep.
Bethany, you're up next. You probably went through most of what you're going to go through.
I think we have burned through all of my updates. My last remaining one was going to be the stop signs. I haven't heard anything, and that's everything I've got.
Okay, okay. Brooke.
Okay, we're gonna extend the summer sprinkling credit through September. Do we need to vote on that?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
I'll make a motion, we extend the sprinkling credit through September.
Second, got a motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's handled.
Okay. We need to do a resolution to put the interest in the water fund, the interest on account for Farmers Bank. Stan had talked about maybe
splitting it.
Right now it's split, but it's 7% into the water.
Uh-huh.
Does that
32 into wastewater and 62 into wastewater, 31 into water. Sorry, 62 into general, 31 into wastewater. So obviously water gets the least cut of that.
Yeah, because we had talked about, which Brooke brought this up, I thought it was a great idea, is this extra interest we are getting is to possibly use that to pay whatever bond issue that we have on those are yearly payments on those bond issues, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. To help pay for that, so the water increase would not be.
Pay that twice. Sorry.
Was okay.
Yeah, June and
But that would,
December.
that would certainly help the water increase that we might have to have with these two new lines. So we have no idea how much money we're going to be getting from other places. So I thought if you put too much into water, it's kind of going to skew that to the wrong direction, maybe, where it looks like you have more, and then we'd have to. I don't know how that would work out. So I was thinking putting maybe some into water, but put still maybe 60% into the general fund.
62 in a general.
62. I mean, you might want to leave it where it is for the moment, and then we can change it as needed down the road, possibly.
Yeah.
I know, Ben, you go over numbers more than I do, so.
I'm just, because this is something we can change basically year to year.
Mm-hmm.
And by looking at.
Do we have to do the same percentages every month? Or could I change percentages month to month?
I
think you'd have to do a resolution every single month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just looking at this one. It doesn't look very good for the year where water. We started out the year at 76,000, and we're currently sitting at 20. We've lost $54,000 in 8 months. So if we don't put something in water, we're going to be negative probably by November.
Yeah,
If
if
not
nothing,
before.
nothing
And then
breaks.
that's assuming we
we'll
don't.
be
Yeah.
fine.
And
If
then-
something breaks, then
yeah.
we got a problem. So.
And the same with the sewer.
Because we had the 9%
We
increase.
started out. Sewer hasn't lost a whole bunch of money for the year. Well, only lost 19,000,
Yeah.
which is not terrible. Water is just hemorrhaging money. And if there's water main breaks, it's only going to be worse. And then this seems like you want to put a larger portion of funds between the two utilities. I would recommend putting more of the funds into water to help water for now, especially prepping for the winter. Because if you don't, I think you're gonna be out of money by November. And then if you have the 2 to 3 water main breaks we usually have every winter that are 15,000 a piece, I mean now you're 60,000 in the hole. By
So you
March.
want more
In
August
water
to
versus.
August, so September.
Well, your general fund, as we discussed, the general fund has a very healthy
So September, October, November, December into. And what percentage
I
do you
would.
want?
To me, it seems like all the interest should be going to water at least through the winter,
Do you want me to do September's through December?
and then you can.
Or can we go into
revisit-
next year?
you
Do
can
we have to stop it
revisit
in
it
December?
after the winter.
Well, no, if you make a resolution now, you just stay that way until
Yeah,
you make.
It's
another
just
resolution.
interest
we,
money.
we,
It's
we
not.
can change it. We
So
can
you want-
change it.
It's free money from the bank, essentially.
Yeah.
It's,
So you want 100% interest going to water?
to me, it seems like you're gonna want it to go to water
Yeah,
because
it's really
it's
bad
gonna
right
be.
now.
So, since I know Ben goes over the numbers like say a little more than I do,
Yeah.
and I think he sits there at night and stays up till 3 a.m. and goes over these things.
Yeah.
No,
And
I just looking at it, it seems like if we have our normal winter where we have 1 or 2 water main breaks,
Mhm.
I mean, this month we lost $13,600. So I mean, really by November for sure, you're out of money. By November, we keep up the rate.
And,
Okay.
and how
Will
much
the
have we
interest
been
cure the
getting
deficit?
interest now, Brooke?
Close.
6,000 roughly.
I mean, it's
Per month?
half,
Mhm.
Okay.
and we're
I just
made,
entered 5,800 for.
made changes to the
5,800
salary
and
ordinance.
change
so
for,
it's
I know
not
for a month and a
effective
half we
next
had
year.
almost
Changed the
10,000.
percentages around.
Yeah.
At one point, and we
Took
didn't
more
have
out of
all
general
everything
fund
switched
and
over.
took less
Yeah.
off the water department
Gotcha.
to
Once
try to ease.
we
You have that, right?
once we
The
close
update?
Well, no, you can.
the First Financial account,
I can
which
make anyone.
by the way, Bethany, can you cash your check? I wrote you because it's coming out of the First Financial, and we're about to close that.
So cash it quick.
Cash that check. You're one of my 3 outstanding checks.
Either that, or you can frame it. You can frame it
Yeah.
and put it on the wall.
If you want to frame it, I'll receipt it back in. Just let me
I
know.
will find out where that is at.
Yeah, it's like $1,680, I think.
When do you know what date that was written?
Yeah, right here it is. 820.
8/20.
1680 is what it's for. So
Okay.
cash that sucker. So
I am
you
actually
don't
shocked
make us
that
bounce a check. No,
I am-
We'll leave the money in there until.
actually
Well-
shocked that it hasn't been cashed though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I thought Danielle had been to the bank. Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah.
I will work on that.
but what I was saying was once we get everyone to cash their checks, we
All
we
right.
can move that another
Okay.
500 and plus thousand
Okay.
over and gain more interest.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So
Okay, we probably need a motion on that to put that money into water. Ben, if you'll make a motion on that.
The ambulance.
Make a motion that the interest earned every month go into the water department fund and be reviewed January 1st, 2026.
Do you have a second?
I second that motion.
Okay, it's been made and so we got a motion to put all the interest money into water until the first of the year and then review it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it passed. Okay.
6. Okay. Next thing is the copy machine. What's that? Smith. I don't know his last name. Michael Smith came in and talked about our copier. It's getting ready to, like, they've discontinued most of the parts to fix it.
So it's old.
It's old. It's a refurb that cost like $1,500 when they got it. When Pat got it in 2019, 2015 maybe. I don't remember exactly when she got it. But the point is it needs to be replaced. I don't care because to me it's like tires. I'm not a snob about my copier, so the cheaper we can get, the better. But it does need. That one drives Sarah nuts because when she does the it's that thing she does twice a year. It's the newsletter. It's not dark enough, and people do call and complain. I can't read it; it's too light. And I'm like, so she has to mess with it and go in and really.
Is it a laser printer?
Don't ask me.
Is it leased?
Yeah, no. It's a refurb that was purchased. That one behind Steve is leased. And that one and the one over at your place, the police department's leased.
We would take that one and get rid of that lease.
Works for me. I like that one. I mean, it's super easy to use. I rarely have problems with it, but it does when you're trying to. I mean, just general stuff like this. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
But when she is doing newsletters, it does get and
There's
then,
a lot of
like
those.
the Summer's End things.
Yeah.
That she does. It's pretty bad.
I'm not a big fan of leasing copiers.
Yeah.
Because if you figure out over the years, you spent about 3 times on that copier or 4 times what you would have paid if you just would have bought the dumb thing.
Well, another great thing that just came up that you can do, let me put on there, is see what it would be to buy 2 more, either refurbs or whatever, and replace those 2. If they take that, then we can give the one back on lease from the police department. They can have that one because that's ours. And if we have to buy another refurb or whatever, we just can talk to Michael and tell him, that we need it tested on stuff that has a lot of ink and make sure it's dark enough. It doesn't bother me what we get. We just need to get something that has replacement parts available, and that one doesn't. And if that went down, it would be really bad for us because I use it all the time.
I know at the church we had a leased computer. We spent a couple $100 a month for it, and finally came the end we could get rid of it. We did. Went to Best Buy, bought one for $300 and worked great.
Yeah. Well, if you can find one.
Do we lease them from the same guy?
No. I only know this because when he came in, he turned his nose up at that one. So no, we don't. But I don't know who we lease those from. I don't have that information. I'm sure it's in here. It's probably in the cabinet right there.
It might be stuck on the copier.
Might
Like a
be.
little
Yeah,
sticker. Yeah,
might
should
be. A lot of them do have that.
Yeah.
800 numbers to call if you have a problem or whatever.
And once you get some info for our next meeting,
Okay.
and then we'll figure out, okay,
All right.
when we get out from under these leases, just
Yeah.
buy a couple. And how
Well, in the
many
meantime, we need to
times do
look
you
for
use
one.
yours, Ed?
I mean, we use ours definitely not as often as they use theirs,
Yeah.
but there's things that we do have to print,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I mean, I'll tell you this. I've not replaced the cartridge since I've
Yeah.
been here.
So we've replaced that maybe 4 times since I've been here.
Yeah.
That cartridge.
Okay.
Yeah,
Year
that
and a half.
cartridge. But
Get some hard numbers that we can look at. for
Okay.
Next time. And again,
All right.
I remember I don't like leasing
yeah.
on those because you spend way too much on that stuff. So,
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good. And then, want to increase the deposit amount. We talked about this, Bethany, one other time because I remember asking you if we could do it differently. Increase deposit amount on renters because we're having trouble with people moving out and not have enough money to cover their deposit or their bill. And then they have another bill coming because they've left. So they haven't paid the last bill, and then they got another bill coming, and it doesn't quite cover, their deposit doesn't cover what they owe. And then we have, most of the landlords are really good about paying it, although we do have to hound them, and some of them won't pay it. And then we get stuck with the bill. So my proposal would be to increase the deposit amount to $350 from $200. That will cover most people's average for 2 months would be $340, $170 a month. That would cover it. And then if they own, they can still stay at $200 because we can put a lien on their property and you eventually get the payment.
And is that in the ordinances currently? Is that so? We would need a new ordinance or amended ordinance. To
Yeah.
reflect that. Okay.
Is that so? You need to write the ordinance.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can have different amounts for renters and
I think so. I'm gonna talk with Alicia and confirm, but I don't
Okay.
see why you couldn't because we would. I mean, maybe it would have to be phrased as something similar to like. Basically, like if I bought a house and I put it in my individual name and then my husband went to put utilities in his name or something like that, maybe make it where like whoever the owner of record is has to match whoever the account's going to be in. If you want the owner discount.
Yeah.
And then do renter.
So, and I called, I talked to the other clerk treasurers in the county, and I think Mulberry's was $300, and Kirkland just raised theirs to $300 this year, and she wishes they'd raise it to $350. She said, so that's kind of where I came up with $350, and then Sarah said the average was about $170, so that would cover the 2 months, and then we wouldn't have so many outstanding. so much outstanding
See,
debt to it.
if we can't have two separate rates, just I'm okay with just upping it to 350 across the board.
Yeah.
If it's a legality issue.
Yeah.
Because the homeowners, I'm not worried about. It's the renters that are going to
Yeah.
leave.
And a lot of the homeowners that when I went and campaigned talked about they don't understand why they don't get their 200 back. And I said, I know that's a really good question, but now I know. Because it would be so hard for when
To track them
either
down after.
yeah. Unfortunately, obviously when they move, not a big deal, but if they moved out, but if they die, then their heir has to we have to get a hold of them and try to get the payments. Not that they don't want to pay, it's that they don't even know. I understand people's heads are spinning about that time anyways when they're trying to figure out all the bills that they have to pay. Yeah. And then they're trying to figure, and then this just alleviates that extra thing they have to do. So that's why they don't get their $200 back. And unfortunately, that's the way it is.
So does the town of Rossville have homes that they rent?
No, not the town.
No,
Okay.
no.
I got a question, bro.
Yes.
You said renters, if they move out and leave and they don't pay their bill, then the actual owner that rents it out, the landlord, they don't pay it. Then does the water just stay off then?
I'm not real sure about that. Chad, do you know the answer to that?
And if the bill
Yeah, we don't turn the water back on.
So
Because once they get shut off,
so the
they can't.
landlords they can rent the place out then until it's paid,
Until someone else comes up and puts a deposit in.
Yeah.
but they got to pay the old renters plus theirs. Is that
Yes.
how that works?
Or they have to work it out with the landlord.
Oh, it's a serviceable address, not a name account.
Some yes and some no. Like Kenny has them all in his name. Kenny Cree. Dave Meek has them in the renter's name. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Do that and we'll, do it next month, okay?
Sounds good.
So we're gonna table it and talk about it next month, or you
Well,
want?
I
she's
will.
gonna-
I'm
she's
gonna
gonna-
draft an ordinance,
she's
and I'm
gonna
gonna
draft an
confirm with
ordinance.
Alicia that
Okay.
we have the
Yeah.
two different amounts.
Okay.
And then we will, assuming that that's
You pen?
doable.
I got it.
I'll bring a
It
new
just went
ordinance.
dry on
I
me.
would say if it's not, homeowners, I mean, people won't be happy, but it's more to protect the utility service that we're not losing money over people not paying their bills and then we can't find them.
Yeah, and I mean we have a deficit of probably about 5,000 to 6,000. I don't know the exact number.
Of just
Of
bills
people
that
sticking
are,
us,
Oh.
that we're trying to fight to get. There's another thing I was going to bring up, and I forgot about that. I'll do that next month. Is that when I went to training last time, there was companies, and I have their cards that will
Track them down.
track them down. Yeah, and they take their
Percentage.
their tax checks. Yeah, but we would probably have to hire them. Obviously, that's how they make their money. But then once they retrieve the money, say somebody owed $250, they don't keep a percentage of that 250. We get the 250 once they get it, and then whoever didn't pay has to pay them the 20% or whatever they make. So, because I asked that because I wasn't sure how that worked, but that might be a way to go to get some of that money back. I don't mind trying to be more of a detective about it, but it's most of these people
you shouldn't
have
be trying to track people down.
most of these
That's
people
not
have
part of
moved
your-
out of town or even out of state, so that's the tough part of it. So I wouldn't mind if they lived in town trying to knock on doors and stuff, but that's usually not the case. They've moved out of town or out of state. So all right, so Bethany's we'll talk about that. And the other thing is trash contracts out to bid. Did you see the email I forwarded you from the waste management guy, Dave? Wayne Scott. So he wants us to try to not go to bid and work with us on that and try to get a
Did he come
contract.
back with any number? Cause you,
No, I asked him about numbers. And he said, "Well, it depends. His number will differ if we go out to bid."
Well, yeah.
And so
Probably lower.
that was just a little to me.
He doesn't want
whatever.
competition.
That's up to you guys, so I don't really care.
I think you gotta bid it.
Yeah,
no,
gotta
I think we ought to bid it. And this thing is,
I don't want
So we need to
bid
get that. I'll put it in the paper next. I'll call this week and get it in next Wednesday's paper for the Times.
yeah,
and get it in the Journal and Courier
Okay.
and just open up bids for it.
Okay.
And we have the sheet already. It's right here.
Okay.
So I sent that to you guys. Did you see that? I scanned it to you in the email.
I think I saw it.
Anything that you think we need to change? I think. Did you?
I put a note on there about the one at the wastewater plant.
Yeah, that's the one laying up on my desk. So it just says that.
I saw there was more recyclables than trash. Where's the extra 8 recyclables at?
Maybe it was 618 and then 600 recycle. Maybe I wrote that right.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
I saw the number.
Yeah, the
It's-
recycle I saw was
it's
higher. I was
actually
like, I wonder
it's
why
it's actually 618 trash. I remember her saying it,
That's
but I wrote it the opposite.
That's fine.
So it's
No,
six. I'm changing it here. So it's 618 trash, 600 recycle. Yeah, makes way more sense.
Yeah, I just saw it. I was like,
Yeah.
why is there more recyclables?
And when you say that now, I remember her turning around and telling me
I
that
didn't know if
yesterday.
somebody had so much I was just like,
I was actually surprised there
trying to
were
figure that out.
Recycles
that many
all the other week,
recycles.
too.
Okay, so we'll get that out, and
Okay.
then
Also,
the next step to that, Chad, is we put it in the paper, and then
I
October
assume you're gonna take
we
a
can
look.
take the bids.
And then you wouldn't have to award it, and you can take
Till
my
November.
advisement if she needs to look them over and make sure they're complete.
Okay.
So,
When you put it out to bid, do you ask for trash and recycle?
I
Yeah.
think that's the way she's got
Trash,
it.
yeah.
trash with recycle optional. Like,
Well,
I
we
don't
want
know.
recycling.
Yeah, we
I
want
think we'll
recycle.
recycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to leave it up to the homeowner if they wanted to recycle or.
Well, the problem when they went that route, I fielded some questions when we closed the recycle center. The problem is it's everybody's got to be all in.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I finally convinced my wife to start recycling in Frankfurt. Doesn't mean I haven't been paying for it. For
Yeah.
past
Well,
10
and the
years,
fact
but
that
I finally
six-
am using the service now.
Okay.
So.
The fact that 600 out of 618 are doing it is
Pretty good
shows that
number.
that's what the
It's pretty
you
good
know.
number, Yeah.
If it were maybe half or so, I would say it would be a good idea to maybe try to get a bid with the choice. But
Okay.
looks like that's the
Yeah.
okay, and that's all I had.
You got RME insurance.
Oh yeah, that's not actually on here though, is it?
Yep. Well, you hand wrote it.
It's not on mine.
Not on mine either.
It's not.
Oh, I hand wrote it on yours. That's
Oh, okay.
actually supposed to be mine.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine. We had to redo it so many times because today people were calling, "Hey, can I come and talk?" I was like, "Oh." Sarah's like running out there taking the paper off the window, running out there taking the paper off. She just did it when we got a call. It was Jay Campbell. She's like, "Are you kidding me? I just redid it." Okay, so the RME insurance wasn't as bad as I thought, but it's still, just I don't know if any of you want to try to take the reins on this, and we could probably do it across the board on our insurance.
Is
I don't
that
know
the
when.
one that Kirkland or someone switched to.
No, they don't do RME. That was Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they switched to AIM. So we could probably do it across the board on all of our insurance if anybody wants to. I don't mind doing it. I'm okay doing it, but all of our insurance across the board could probably be maybe not bid out, but just called to see if they could do better. And then if I get feedback or you guys get feedback, oh yeah, we can do better than that, and use and get the same coverage. That's the key. We might be able to save some money doing that.
You just want to make sure it's a reputable company, not
Yes.
not one of these that's been in business for 6 months.
Right.
And,
And that's up to whoever's doing the research to figure
yeah,
out.
of course, then it's
But-
up to us to
Yeah.
figure that one out. So
But it has gone up. In 6 years, $27,000.
Ooh.
So
mhm.
that
With
just kind
still
of.
just 3 employees?
Well,
But
this is-
this insures like our buildings and,
Oh,
and
that's not.
our water
that's not
tower.
employee insurance.
No,
Okay.
no. So, yeah, 27,000
That's a lot.
in 6 years is a lot, and I know it.
So that's asset insurance.
Yes,
and workman's comp, right? The workman's
Yeah.
comp's in there.
workers' comp, excess liability, terrorism, which is only $442 a year. It's almost a no-brainer to do. And he went over all that with me, what it entails. And I asked them, we're on a feed. It's ridiculous. Honestly, they talk too much, but all the other clerk treasurers in the county, and they all have it too. So I just kind of checked on it before I signed off on it.
who do the other towns use for their insurance, you know?
Actually, I could find it, but it would take me a year because they've texted so much today. Because I
Okay.
asked them that. I can get it, but right now I don't want
Okay,
to
that's
look through it.
fine,
all.
that's
But yeah,
fine.
it's not RME.
Okay.
So that would be maybe a place.
And even
whoever
Delphi,
does this.
Delphi would be another where they have theirs.
Yeah, I don't know about Delphi. Delphi's just not comparable to Rossville, so that's why I don't.
Yeah, but it's still a company that would do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's several places we could probably go to and ask. And again, I don't mind doing that, but it's just something that I'm getting a little more comfortable here in my second year, and we probably need to, something I wasn't worried about so much last year, but when I saw this hike, what happened was when I saw that, what alarmed me was I didn't have 2025 written down. It was actually 2024. I was going on, it looked like there was a $12,000 hike in a year. There wasn't. It went, I think, 6 and 6, but still, that's quite a bit. But yeah, just something to if anybody wants to take the reins and say, let's look at our policies, and if you want me to do it, I'm happy to do it. I just want you to know that I am doing it, and I'll give you some feedback.
Okay.
27,
Good
don't have
question.
27K in 6 years?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all that, it's all right here, easily accessible. So if you want to know the exact numbers, but it was 27,000 roughly. So yeah, just something to kick around, think about a way to save money, if it's a good deal. And budget form 1. This, I guess we should talk about that too.
Yep.
Chad told me to run one off and give it to all of you. This is. You want this one, Chad, or do you have one?
I don't have one. But,
Here, you have this one.
Well, Bethany made.
I ran
this
four off.
is their public hearing, so do they need to? Close
Yeah.
the-
What do we do with that? What's the? I remember doing this. How awkward it was last year with Bob. Remember doing this? And we're like,
I think they
we have to
need
close the regular meeting, adjourn
Yeah, and then
it, open it back up, and do the budget hearing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't have anything else.
because it is technically its own agenda item or its own agenda, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Motion made to adjourn the meeting in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion, I guess, to go into budget meeting.
Motion
Okay,
to
yeah,
open up
I
the
just
meeting.
made it.
Oh, you're leaving for the budget meeting?
Well, I don't have any.
This is the best
influence on
part.
that.
Find out how much.
Put
I
you
have
to
to,
sleep.
I have to deal with the farm budget, so I don't
Oh,
want to deal
yeah,
with
okay.
with Rockville. Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming.
Thank you. So we'll call this meeting to order.
Okay.
And, okay, Chad, you had some input, is that right?
You guys can't leave,
I mean,
suckers.
this is the numbers that you guys discussed at the 25th. So,
Okay.
Okay,
so this is just in a different format than what you discussed, than what we had on our worksheets. So
because I think, I can find it here. Let's see, salary and wages. Because Ed was gonna be going full time, and that was more than that.
Sally,
I
did
gotta
you
take my
motion to
glasses
open
off.
this? We didn't have to, did we?
Yeah.
Sam just,
So
Just
that's
open
what
it.
I'll buy you a
Okay.
big cell.
That's what I
Oh,
read.
half of, okay,
The other
okay,
half is in PS Lower.
okay,
So,
okay.
That's half of what you budgeted.
Okay, okay,
Salary.
okay. And, which is fine, and now Ed is wanting to add Steve as a full-time. Where are we gonna be with him, dollar and cent wise, and also insurance? Does he have insurance that we pick up like we're doing you, or is this?
Right now I have
Oh, you're over there, I
insurance.
didn't see it.
Right now I have insurance through my wife's employer,
Okay,
and I anticipate having that for a year and a half. I don't know, but she could get laid off tomorrow. Mine's not gonna be as guaranteed as Ed's. And I don't wanna sit here and promise you I won't need insurance.
mm-hmm,
But right now, I don't wanna make any changes to my insurance due to my cancer treatment.
sure,
So I would just assume stay status quo where I'm at insurance wise and not worry about that. But I'm not gonna tell you I will not need insurance. I can't promise that.
okay, okay,
I want to
go ahead.
elaborate on my insurance as well. Now, my insurance, I told you was $240 a month, right? Ben probably knows, I don't know if his is the same. Mine is not, mine is locked in every 3 years. Okay, I don't foresee it going to what everybody else's is, but mine is contractual, right? So whenever they do the contract, mine could, I doubt that it'd ever go down, but mine could increase a little bit. So
Okay.
just keep that in mind.
Okay, so when will it be, it's locked in, what year was that locked in?
So mine,
You guys are up for contract in May, right?
May of 26.
Okay,
Now, like I said, I don't foresee mine changing a whole lot,
okay,
but it may change.
okay, okay.
So just
We'll cross that bridge we need to, sure, no problem.
But you're retiring. Are they still gonna pay for your insurance after you retire? I'm,
Through
Absolutely.
retirement benefit.
oh,
yeah. However, the way this works is my insurance will be paid out of my pension check.
oh,
So they'll automatically take it out of my pension,
okay.
So we're just reimbursing you for that amount?
pretty much.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
I think that's the.
And that is in here where?
That's not under that's not under a separate line item.
It's not, okay,
But that's up to your
Well, the
maximum
magnifying
salary
glass.
is the
Take your phone
70.
and put it in picture
38,000
mode, and then you
each
can blow it
month.
up.
yes, uh-huh.
Old people props. I got them. What did you say?
I said, shut up, Brooke.
That's what I thought you said. That's what I thought you called me.
Yeah.
Okay, then where are we gonna be
That's
on
what I
that,
heard.
cause you have, okay, it's 80,000 on deputy, is that for full
Yeah,
year?
that's one line item for deputies.
Okay.
Only among friends, you know.
So,
I would never
where
call
are
someone ever like that.
we, what was the proposed on Steve, if we go full time? I'm talking about you, Steve. Did you discuss that?
I mean, we did, and you can speak up.
I don't wanna step on your, we talked about it, go ahead.
He would be okay staying at the 31, starting out. But that's for you guys to discuss.
Per year, which is that's about equal to what we're already paying?
That is what we.
Or you're talking about you say 31 or $31 an hour?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
I was confused there.
how many hours are we paying now?
Well,
Because then we've been going to a 40-hour week. Okay. Are we doing 40 now?
no, not for part-time deputies. It varies, but like Steve pretty much works 29.75 hours a week.
Okay.
So you're adding 10 and a quarter hours. To,
Okay.
you know,
But that would also be offset by not having other deputies in. Is that correct?
well, if, like I said, if the budget allows, I would like to keep.
So if you do ed full-time, $34 an hour, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, it comes out to $70,720. And then $240 times 12 is $28.80. Total compensation $73,600.
Okay.
If you do Steve at $31 an hour, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, $64,480, and it equals $138,080. And we have budgeted 76 for ed, which the 73.6 would cover. For the town marshal, deputy marshals, we have budgeted 80,000.
Mm-hmm.
You take out the 64,480, it leaves you 15,560. And then if you do 60 hours per month for part-time at $31 an hour, it comes up to 22,500. So you're basically at a $7,000 deficit. So you're going to have to.
Well, that doesn't include the perf.
Yeah.
Once you're
Just
full-time,
the
we
salary.
didn't budget anything for perf
Yeah.
either, so.
I mean, the part-time would be roughly 40 hours a month.
A month?
Yeah, you're looking at right around 40 hours per month, and that's all the budget will allow for 2 part-time, and you'll be left with 40 hours part-time a month. But that also doesn't equate anything into potential. Not saying, like he said, he's not interested in insurance, but that's not in there along with the retirement. So I mean, it's close. It's very close.
Okay, you say we still have how many hours left? You figured?
40 hours a month instead of the 60 to 64 that you mentioned.
Okay.
I had just talked to Ed and I said, if we have two full-time, we still need a part-time for vacations, sick, anything like that. We need somebody to be able to work in those times. So getting rid of the part-time altogether doesn't make sense. 40 hours a month, that's roughly 10 hours a week. But then, like, if he takes a vacation, that's pretty much that's for the month. Which, if they both take their vacation the same month, they'll just have to limit the part-time for the next month altogether, because they'll be working full-time, so they wouldn't have the part-time. Because eventually they're going to be out of vacation. Basically, you're budgeting 40 hours per month, and they get how many weeks vacation? Between 3 and 5, 3, 4.
See, what are we
It
discussing?
depends on what you
So,
agree
I mean,
with them, yeah.
I mean, even if you do four weeks vacation for each of them, you're looking at eight weeks a year, and you have 12 months a year in part-time coverage. So you basically have 160 hours to divvy up the rest of the year minus vacations for them to work. You can pretty much take out 20 to 30 hours for the
What's
Summer's
your
End
5?
Festival.
What's your 5?
Summer's End Festival. So now you're down to 110 hours to split up part-time the rest of the year.
Well,
so the part-time would be very minuscule. I mean, you're talking 10 hours a month on average is what you're really looking at. By the time you take out vacations and Summer's End Festival, you're looking at 10 hours a month versus the 60. I say 10 hours, but it's really you're still getting your 40 hours of coverage per month budgeted. But if there's, say, 8 weeks vacation, there's a vast majority of it, 2/3 of your year, 3/4 of the year is part-time is covering for your vacations, which then leaves the 4 months times 40 hours to divvy up basically coverage here and there throughout the year.
And I'd talked to Ed about vacation. Again, it would be common sense. We wouldn't take the same time off.
Right.
And he and I work together really well now. If he says, hey, I'm going to be off next week.
Yeah.
I'll work evenings instead of all days, or even split shifts, or come in to work 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening. We just have to be smart about it.
Yeah. No, I think even if you guys took vacation at the same time, the coverage is still there because we're budgeting 40 hours per month. And if you guys have 8 weeks total, basically you're left with 4 months at 40 hours. You see what I'm saying? Because the first 8 months is basically covering your vacation, and you're left with the 4 months at 40 hours. So you have 160 hours left after the part-time covers your guys' vacations to divvy up throughout the rest of the year.
Or somehow we could add.
You're saying 10 hours is what part-time would be allowed?
No.
Okay.
No, it'd be 40 hours per month.
Oh.
So what I'm saying is when you guys take vacation, the part-time would cover. And if I'm just hypothetically, if you have 4 weeks and you have 4 weeks, a week is 40 hours. So you have 8 weeks of 40 hours to cover. So then you're left with 4 months of 40 hours. So you're left with 160 hours left. Because 8 months essentially of their 40 hours is gonna be used to cover your vacations.
And he was
Or
figuring
one
summer
person takes
things.
vacation and there's only one of you on duty that week, and you can save, you can more or less bank some of that part-time. Does that make sense? I'm just looking at worst case scenario, 8 months to 12 months is basically to cover your guys' vacations.
Since we really didn't plan for this, maybe we should table that part of it.
I'm just,
For,
they
no, I
asked,
know, you're making
they,
sense.
they asked for numbers, I'm just throwing
Yeah.
numbers out there to,
Well, can't we add another, like 10 grand into the deputy fund somewhere? A general funder?
I'll just write a check for that.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Well, the only
Yeah, what do
thing
we have to
is-
do there? Do we have to?
Well, yeah, I don't know, but one thing I do want to remind you of, our growth quotient is 4%. We've already raised, the budget you're looking at is raised 9.7%.
Mm.
Now, you've already raised it 9.7% from this year, just so you know. I was curious what the increase was, because I knew you have the cash balance. I mean, you want to add 10 grand to the budget, you have the cash balance to do it. It's just, we're adding more. Keep in mind, years down the road, you're adding more than what we're getting in revenue.
Yeah.
But police coverage, I think, is one thing that I think is beneficial. Obviously.
I want to make sure you understand the numbers. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's your last Kleenex.
No. No, it's not.
Oh, good.
So can we
Talk about it?
Can we add 10?
I don't think you can add to the budget.
I mean,
you're just gonna have
move
to
something from
use-
somewhere.
Move stuff.
You're gonna have to use cash reserves.
Yeah, you'd have to, basically what, mid-year, you probably have to do an additional appropriation. is what you
Okay.
do, which is a public hearing and.
So in other words, we just keep it this way, then mid-year, if we need more, we can,
Oh, you're gonna need more.
But where does it come from? Year after year.
that, I don't know.
Tax money.
Because we're in total
all
question of what's
sure
gonna happen
how
the
tax
following
money
year
is
with
gonna
the legislature. What we gotta do there, so.
You want me to talk to some people tomorrow about how that works? I mean,
Well, like I said, your fallback position would be an additional appropriation. There may be, since this was your hearing night and your adoption meeting is next month, there may be, I don't know, there may be a way to change that number to add whatever. So I guess, yeah, if you guys have an idea where you want to add numbers, if we can do it, we can do it. If not, your fallback position is, we'll just, like, whenever we see it's getting really low, we'll have to do an additional appropriation.
well, can
next
we?
year.
I don't know how that works, but so the adoption meeting is next month.
Next month, yeah.
Can we agree to add the 10 grand and adopt in the same?
I just don't think you're gonna get it.
I think you'd have to decide to add it tonight.
No.
I just don't know if you're gonna get the.
Depending on what legal
additional
counsel says.
10,000 added.
What's your thoughts? Do you think we can add to the budget?
That's a good question. To be honest, that's a little out of my comfort zone to give you a definitive answer. I would want to talk with Alicia, who is currently in Jamaica.
Well, just go ahead and call her. I'm sure she'll
Right?
call
I
her.
know. I don't know if she added international calling to her plan this time. She might have done
Put
that
it on our
intentionally.
tab.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, your fallback position is you can always do an additional appropriation next year if the money's running out.
Yeah, I think we just stick with where we're at here. Like you say, Chad, if we need more, we just look at it at the point in time and do what we can do at that point. Does that work for you, Ed? Steve? Yeah.
That's leaving it in your guys' hands
Okay.
on that because I don't know where the money comes from or anything.
So what are we saying? He is full-time now, or we're gonna talk about it, or he's gonna be it in the first of the year?
We have it budgeted for Ed to be full time.
Yeah.
For Ed,
Yeah,
yes.
we already have that.
Yes, but we're talking about
I
Steve.
Right.
We don't have money for Steve. full-time.
It's not that, it's just you're just gonna take 10,000 minimum, maybe 15 out of cash reserves. And depending on how the property tax falls, we might get less revenue, but the bills are gonna stay the same. That's the unknown gray area at the moment. But I think everybody is in.
Well, by Steve going full-time though, he's gonna be working more hours than your other deputies won't have to be working those hours.
Yeah, but then it's either that or the deputies can have 40 hours a month. They just don't cover their vacations. Like when they go on vacation, the deputies just don't, the part-time doesn't cover vacations. That's the only way I can see it even making sense.
And Steve wouldn't be part-time then.
Steve would be
Yeah.
two full-time, but then
Yeah.
they just, when one goes on vacation, basically one wouldn't be allowed. You couldn't have both of y'all at the same time.
I think they already talked about
Yeah,
that.
well, they
Yes,
talked
I
about
know.
that wouldn't happen anyhow, so.
Yeah, it just seems it's close. If you go full-time and keep the 60 hours a month, you're definitely going to be at least 10 grand in the hole every year.
I mean, Ed's the department head, it would be up to him ultimately, but I think it'd be silly for both of us to be allowed to go on vacation the same exact week, unless there's something that just absolutely couldn't be changed, but that's just a communication thing.
Yeah, I don't think that would, I mean, you guys work it out, and I mean, that's not hadn't been a problem, so.
I tell you what, let's get this wrapped up, because this old chick needs to go take some medicine.
Yeah, okay.
Sleep, maybe, I don't know. So let's make a decision. Right or wrong,
Let's make it right.
make it right.
So I guess we need a motion to make Steve full-time deputy after the first of the year. And then if we need to make changes, we'll make the changes down the road. I mean, see how it works.
If Steve goes full-time, I think the part-time would have to stay at 40 hours a month, not the 64 you're asking. I mean, there's 30-some% cut from what you'd like to see. I guess that's something you need to figure out if that's feasible or not.
And have to make it work. You know, I would rather have, obviously, Steve full-time and 64 hours, but I'm not gonna get that.
Yeah, it's just not in the budget.
Yeah.
Not without taking cash reserves, and I don't know if that's sustainable. It might be 10,000 this year, but next year it might be way more. Just no one knows how this property tax stuff's going to work out, and I don't want to put the shovel in the ground and start digging a hole and never stop digging.
Understood.
Make a motion to have 2 full-time police officers, 1 town marshal, 1 deputy, and then limit part-time to 40 hours per month.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good, okay. Then I guess we also need a motion to then accept the budget.
I don't know. I don't.
Or do
I
we
think you
need,
just
or we
have to-
need
I think
that?
it's just a
Okay,
hearing.
just a hearing, okay.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
right,
think
okay. All right. All right.
Unless, like I said, unless it was in there, I don't think there was anything in there that is any different than what you guys talked about on the other budget items.
Okay. Well, we'll try to get Sally out of here. So, one thing I
Before I
want to
get
mention
everybody
is
else
this is Ben's last meeting.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I hate to see him go. I mean, he's been really valuable as far as
yes, you have.
crunching the numbers and what have you, which I think I appreciated a whole bunch. And we'll miss him, and we'll see. I don't know how we're going to fill your spot yet, that remains to be seen. If you're gonna take that letter over.
I'll take a letter over to the clerk's office tomorrow.
Yeah,
See what they say.
I was just gonna ask how that process works, or is it,
don't know yet.
don't know.
Don't know yet. I've contacted the party and Wanda Mitchell, and she contacted Brewer.
Is this your
his name?
copy?
Yeah, Jordan Brewer.
Jordan Brewer. And
Give
as
me my
soon as
fancy
they
paper.
get the letter, she has to take
I thought it
that
was
to the clerk's office, and then they will give it to him, and then they will contact me, and I have no idea how it's gonna work yet.
Get it, bro.
I'll find out.
Not trying to hold you up, but the salary ordinance, because you don't want to get behind on that either. So do you just want to roll with what you guys said and maybe have her get a draft of the salary ordinance?
Yeah,
You need to
where
adopt that.
we took
sooner
less
than
off,
later.
less off of water and more on the general fund.
Yeah, so I didn't know if you wanted to,
No,
that way at least you could look at a draft next month, and if you still don't like it, you'd still have November to
I
adopt
think
it.
we only
'Cause I
changed it
think-
like 5% off of water and on the general. I believe.
Yeah, I've got all those notes, it's just that it needs to be drafted into something that
If you guys can send me that, when I redid the salary ordinance for
the
what,
ranges.
whatever we changed or added earlier this year, I spent the time to put it into a workable format, and so yeah, we've got that ready to go. It's pretty easily
34
changeable.
and 31.
So that's what, okay, alright, so that way at least you guys have a draft to look at, or what? They would have a draft to look at, and then if they still don't like it, 'cause I think it's supposed to be adopted by November.
okay.
Alright, yep.
Alrighty, so I'll make a
Motion
motion,
to
have a
adjourn?
motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn this meeting and get out.
Second,
Second.
made second, all in favor?
Third.
We're out.
It's a long meeting.
Oh.
Brooke, if you get alcoholic wipes, I'll wipe down my area.
I'll get it, Sal. You go home and take a minute.
Yeah, get out of here.